Yeah, beat your addiction, live free. Ralf Friedrichs is who you see. Listen in when you're feeling low. Take back your life, today's show. Beat your addiction, live free. Ralf Friedrichs is who you see. Listen in when you're feeling low. Take back your life, today's show. Stay positive, hope, and keep faith. Stand strong against any odds that you face. Put away the alcohol and the drugs. Fill your time with the things you love. Addiction is tough, but it's worth the work. Treat your body what it's worth. Spread positivity, inspire all. If we stand together, we will never fall. I help others see the other sides of life. A sober life, letting go of the strife. So give me a call, I can help. 1-844-4405-HELP. Homeless shelters, hospitals, jails, wherever you are. I am Ralf Friedrichs and I am here for you. 1-844-405-HELP.
Hello, my name is Ralf Friedrichs. I'm an addiction recovery coach and the host of the Take Your Life Back Today show. As an addiction recovery coach, I want to share something with you, and let me be crystal clear to leave an everlasting impact upon you. Just imagine being buried alive. You're in the coffin, but you know you're not dead. You don't know how to get out of that coffin. You tried lifting the lid, but the enormous weight upon the lid prevents you from opening the lid. You then try banging on the lid to hopefully unsettle the dirt. Maybe somebody will notice and start digging their way down to helping you. In reality, there are people standing by your grave, but you just think you're going to die. Usually, though, people don't think about dying at all when they're habitually abusing drugs and alcohol. You know you need help. You don't know where to go for help. You must be very, very, very on the edge of living to always think that you can just live day by day under the influence. In order to have the thoughts that you have, folks, this person really needs to be great at repressing the fear of death. I often ask you, my audience, did it ever cross your mind that this person will probably take their life by abusing drugs and alcohol? And if they're not selfish enough by taking their own life like that, what about the people that count and need them most? People like their mother, their father, brother, sister, husband, wife, children, and grandchildren. With this, let me leave this thought. Don't be like that person that waited and waited and waited until it was too late. Instead, just pick up the phone and call 844-405-HELP, and I promise I'll help you take your life back before you end up like that person we just spoke about, and their life is gone. Folks, don't forget to take your slippers off at night. But don't put them at the edge of your bed, stick them under your bed. And when you do that, stick them way under your bed. And in the morning when you wake up, drop to your knees and retrieve those slippers. They're under your bed. And while you're on your knees, I like to have you utilize a thing called knee-mail, K-N-E-mail. Knee-mail is when you're on your knees asking God each and every morning for guidance, for direction, for forgiveness, and for mercy. It is the time when you're on your knees to thank God for having a home, health, food, family, relationships. Knee-mail, K-N-E-mail, is your personal time between you and God each and every day. And there's no better way to remember to do it than by putting your slippers under the bed at night and retrieving them each and every morning, because you have to go look under your bed and you're on your knees already. Utilize that time to speak to God each and every day. The power of prayer is tremendous. The power of prayer helps, and the power of prayer guides and directs you through life each and every day. Now put those slippers on and stand straight up and walk with God 24/7. Today we're going to have a special phone-in guest later in the show. Her name is Gloria Roberts, and most of you already know who she is. She's been on the show. This is probably her 6th or 7th time. And what she wanted to talk about today is love, compassion, kindness, understanding, wisdom, And there's no better way to talk about all this than the seven spirits of God. The seven spirits of God are the following: the Spirit of the Lord, the Spirit of wisdom, the Spirit of understanding, the Spirit of counsel, the Spirit of might, the Spirit of knowledge. And of course, you always have the Spirit of the fear of Lord. These are the seven spirits of God. And as we get to know these spirits and talk about these spirits, they will help you and guide you through each and every day of your life. The spirits of God can be found in Isaiah 11:2. And the Spirit of the Lord shall rest upon him. The rod and branch, the King Messiah, so qualifying him for his office and discharge of it. This shows that Christ's kingdom is of spiritual nature and in a spiritual manner, for which he is abundantly furnished by the Spirit of the Lord resting in him, by whom he is meant the third person in the Trinity, so-called, not because he created by him, nor any created spirit is meant, but because he proceeded him, or proceeded from him. For that any created spirit is meant, but because he proceeded from him, he is the one Jehovah with him, a divine person, thy truly God, yet distinct from the Father and the Son, so that there is clear proof of trinities of persons. Christ was filled with the Spirit from the womb, and he descended and rested upon him at his baptism. He is anointed and was anointed with him to be the prophet, the priest, the king, and received his gifts and graces from him without measure, which abide him and are designed of the following: the Spirit of wisdom and understanding, which appeared in his disputation with the doctors, in his answers to the ensnaring questions of the scribes and Pharisees, in the whole world of his ministry and his conduct at his apprehension, trial, condemnation, and death, as also in the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding he imparted in his disciples, and does more or less to all his people. The Spirit of counsel and might, of counsel, which fitted him to be the wonderful counselor, and qualified him to give suitable and proper advice to the sons of men, and the might of power, to preach the gospel with authority, do miracles in confirmation of it, bear the sins of his people and the punishment due to them, obtain eternal redemption for them, and engage with all the enemies that conquer them. The Spirit of knowledge and the fear of the Lord. And so, as man, the knowledge of God, Father, of his mind and will, of all the scriptures and the things contained therein, of the law and gospel, all the treasures of wisdom and knowledge were hid in him, which he communicates to his saints, and the fear of the Lord, and so had reverence of him, a strict regard to his will, and always did the things which pleased him. Go to Hebrews 5:7. This verse is also applied to the Messiah, both in ancient and modern Jews. The seven spirits of God. Let's go over them, or let's just discuss what they are again. The Spirit of the Lord will rest on him. The Spirit of wisdom, the Spirit of understanding, the Spirit of counsel, and the Spirit of might, the Spirit of knowledge, and the Spirit of the Lord, the fear of Lord. Those are the seven spirits of God. They can be found in Isaiah 11:2. My puppy's over there. Remember, next thing is what we're going to do is we're going to have Gloria Jean Roberts call in, and we will discuss all 7 of the spirits of God. She will give us her input, and we will go through each and every one together. So remember, Isaiah 11:2, the 7 spirits of God are the Spirit of the Lord will rest on him, the spirit of wisdom, of understanding, of counsel, of might, of knowledge, of fear, and those are the spirits of God that can be found in Isaiah 11:2. I will see you after this short recess, and we will speak to Gloria Jean Roberts. And remember, the power of prayer is more mightier than any king or president in the world. Utilize it, and utilize it often. I'll see you shortly. Good afternoon. This is the Take Your Life Back Today show. This is the part 2, as promised. I promised everyone in the beginning of the show that we would bring on a regular Gloria Jean Roberts. She will be on, and she is on right now, and I'm going to say hello, Gloria.
Hello, America.
There you go. Gloria and I, about a week ago, tried to figure out what would be like a great type of show, and we just thought about talking about wisdom and understanding and knowledge and all that. And what better way than to add God into it? And especially today, my mother, she was a spiritual person. Today's her birthday, and I want to dedicate this because she might be the 8th spirit. There are 7 spirits of God. She might be the 8th spirit of God. She might be sitting right here with us right now. So.
I believe she is.
These spirits actually all, Gloria, come from Isaiah 11:2. I'm going to do the first one, and I'll let you jump in to talk about it. And we're not going to make this all about the Bible, that's for sure. When we speak, Gloria might want to talk about wisdom and how she uses wisdom within her own life or whatever she wants to do. It's an open forum. Gloria, I'm so happy you're here again. And
Me too.
yeah, definitely. I'm going to talk about the first one. The Spirit of the Lord will rest on him. That's what it says in Isaiah 11:2. And pretty much what that is that for anyone that believes in God, and I don't want to narrow it down saying I do, Gloria does, whoever wants to believe in God will know that the Spirit of the Lord will guide them no matter what they do in life. And that's what it really is that, you don't even have to be a born-again Christian. There are a lot of people that believe in God out there that are not born-again Christian. They just believe in God because it was their upbringing. But I will tell you, Gloria, I am letting you know right up front, but I do believe that when you pray, prayers are answered.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, you might not get the answer right away, but you do get the answer.
Yeah, you have to have patience. So the Spirit of the Lord, if you pray, believe me, sooner or later, he'll answer. And I utilize what I call knee-mail. Every day I talk about it. When you get on your knees in the morning, get those slippers from under your bed. Just say thank you for everything you have in life. Gloria, I'm going to let you talk about wisdom. That's the second one. Why don't you tell us something, how maybe you have some sort of experience with wisdom, or you get wisdom from God, or you get wisdom from a relative. How is the wisdom involved in your life?
Well, as you know, Ralph, I'm also a Native American descent. And,
Yep.
My grandmother always spoke of wisdom. She says, if your mind tells you something, and I believe God talks to us, but sometimes we don't even hear him. We just, ignore whatever he said. Like my grandmother told me a story about one time she was about to cross the street. The mind told her, don't cross the street. Go the other way. She went the other way and saved herself from being robbed by somebody.
Right.
Another person came along and went across that street and got robbed. And my grandmother's mind told her, don't go that way. She said, so I believe each day that, when I have a mind to do something or not to do something, I believe that's either God talking to me or the spirit of wisdom. Because I'll just take a different route, or I'll do something differently. But the past In the past, a lot of times I didn't always listen. And it was just like the day I got hit by a car. Somebody told me, why don't you stay in and clean the house, then walk the dog. And I told myself, I said, that's ridiculous. Let me just dip over and do it. And I just grabbed the dogs, went out that January 2nd morning, and headed up my street, and this guy came along and hit me out of nowhere. And if I'd listened to it, that voice, I would have did what it told me, and maybe avoided it.
Exactly.
Yeah, so, sometimes we don't always listen. In fact, my coworker, she was telling me, Rachel, that she got all dressed up for Halloween. They were all going to go out someplace. But she said her mind didn't lead her to go anywhere. Stay in. She said, the voice said, Rachel, you're in the house. Don't go out. So she said they went downstairs to the downstairs party. But she just believed that if she'd not listened, maybe something would have happened.
Exactly. And you know what? Although today is my mother's birthday and today's, kind of hard day, I will tell you this. I, myself, my wife, and a lot of other people always told my mother, and I'm just saying this because you just talked about crossing the street, we've always warned her about the Shirley area. For anyone that's out there that knows William Floyd Parkway in Shirley, not that she was hit on that parkway, but she was hit off that parkway. No matter how much a person thinks that they have wisdom sometimes, no matter how much, because my mother said she's got it covered. She always assured us. It goes to show you that when God, and not just when, but knowingly that God has a day for all of us, I don't think that God purposely wanted her to go the way she did, but I think God knew it was her day. Matter of fact, I know that was her day to go. Maybe not in that gruesome manner, and which leads me to the spirit of understanding, because more and more as time goes by, Gloria, as you probably know, I'm sure you have been hurt in life. I know I've been hurt many a times, but time does heal. And I think the more I dig into why this happened to my mother and how this happened to my mother, or how maybe other things happen in the world, I try to understand. And this whole thing with the political rupture that's happened because of the elections, I think it's become it's a little out of control, because we need to understand each other and try to deal with. We're united together, and one of the spirits is understanding. We need to understand that if you voted for Hillary or if you voted for Trump, that was your choice. It doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't make you a good person. It makes you a person that has a right to make that decision. And there are some people on Facebook, and Gloria, your friends also, with some of the people that I'm talking about, that are being bombarded because they voiced their own opinion about a certain candidate, and they're being bombarded, insulted, and it's out of control. That's where understanding comes in hand. I need to understand why they're doing it, but I don't condone why they're doing it, because it's out of control.
Yeah, I don't condone why everybody takes nasty attitudes toward, who anyone voted for. I never rude to anyone. What I will say to people, that the way life as you knew it will change, because it's not so much that it's Donald Trump, but it's the fact that he has a lot of supporters that are hateful, and they're evil and vindictive, and they want to cause harm to others. And they think that it's a ticket because he's in office. It's a ticket for them to be cruel to people, and that's the part that I don't like.
Right, and we need to call on Donald Trump to control this, because he's supposed to represent the best of the best in the White House. And he needs to set an example, and we will not tolerate people of color, people of gender, people of sexual preferences to be out there being victims, because there are certain people that supported Donald Trump that are just going out there bashing people. And I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say, I will not say who I voted for, but I can assure you that I voted from my heart.
Yes, absolutely.
Right.
And it doesn't matter if who you vote for. It's and it's not. And people vote for improvements, for things to change. They don't go out to vote so people can go out and bash people and beat people up because they're different race or because they're wearing a certain garment on their body or because they're from someplace else. And then this is what's going on. And it's a sad situation. And people seem to think that Donald Trump wants them to go out and harm people because they're from a different country, or because they're from, or because they look a different color, or because they're a different race, or because they're gay, you know, or transgender, you know, and that is that's not his message. But when he ran his campaign, he ran it off of, and I hate to say it, he ran it off of hate, by telling people build a wall, put the Mexicans over.
Well, he did. He did.
That.
Yeah, and you know, Obama said it best yesterday during campaigning. A lot of people say things, including Obama even admitted he said things and he did things during campaigning because your objective is to win. But now it's the time to heal and to backtrack on some of the rhetoric that he had brought. And it's only up to him. But the purpose of this is that the spirit of understanding is he needs to understand, I need to understand, you need to we all need to understand that it is what it is now, and we need to somehow coexist together without violence, coexist together without anything. And this is actually going to lead to the next one. And if you want to talk about it, you certainly can. I will just say this, the spirit of counsel, my counsel, each and every day is when I pray. So I'm going to let you talk about spirit of counsel. That could be when you talk to whoever. You understand what the word counsel means.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So the spirit of counsel, and I'm going to let Gloria talk about it.
Well, you know, if it means like talking to Buddha or talking to God or to Allah or to whatever spiritual being that you look up toward, you know, the main thing people should ask is, you know, why is all this confusion? Help me understand, you know, because I don't.
Right. Exactly. And you know, that's the purpose. Exactly. You hit it right on the head. It's for you to understand. It's to get that counseling, whether it's from, like you said, from God, it could be from Buddha, it could be from Howdy Doody. Whatever whatever you seek your counsel from. And that, you know, that's my problem with this whole thing that I see on Facebook, is that people are not respecting other people's beliefs or what they do in life. They feel it's only their way, or it's not correct. And it's so incorrect, and it's not God's way, and it's certainly not the spirit of counsel, understanding, wisdom, or the Lord's way. But the spirit of might, which is number 5, is so important on this one, because that is the problem. There are people out there that are using the might, in other words, the might of the mouth, the might of physical harm, the might of insulting people. We need to get the spirit of might under control. We need to control ourselves. We need to control how we speak to others and how we react to others, because I foresee that if this America that I know so well, and you know, Gloria, doesn't get in check, possibly could lead to a civil war again. Don't you agree?
Yes, I was actually talking about that with a friend. I attend the synagogue on Fridays, and I go to church on Sunday.
Yeah.
I you know, because my grandmother, she also her father was part Jewish too. You know, the thing about it is that yeah, it could turn into a civil war between good and evil.
Exactly.
I mean, before it was a civil war between the South and the North. I don't believe it's that anymore. I believe it's going to be a civil war against good and evil, because you have people out there disrespecting a minority, disrespecting. See, I never ever say when I'm on any social medium or any radio or TV program about colors of skin, but I will say people of color or minorities, and people that are from immigrants and people that are LGBT are being attacked right now in different locations, different places. Just the other day, an Arab young lady got her hijab pulled off her head and was told to go back to her country. A Hispanic young man in class was told to go over the wall, and a young man of color was told to know his place in life. Now that Donald Trump is president, you will know your place. So what does that tell you? And the thing is that I guess Donald Trump ran his campaign in order to get a lot of voters, but it's almost like he dug up the darkest people from the bowels of hell.
Well, that's the
way I feel.
Yeah, well, that is true. And, the thing with might is that there's the right way of using your might and the wrong way. If you have a difference with a person, discuss it in a civil matter, or just don't discuss it at all and live your life. Let the person that you feel, not necessarily that person's different, but you feel that person is different because you think your way is the only way, then just walk past that person, wish him a great day, and move on. You don't need to insult.
That's the way to do it.
You're right.
That's the way to do it.
No reason to insult and throw bad words. And let's face it, Gloria, we're all immigrants. No matter which way you look at it, we're all immigrants.
Oh, absolutely. My father came from Sicily. My mother was American. Yes, she's Native American, but my dad came from someplace else.
Right, exactly.
He wasn't American.
Right. And you know what? My recommendation to my audience is, which goes right into number 6, Spirit of Knowledge. And I use this, and it's a really important book for all my knowledge. It's the book of the Bible. And everything, 1 through 10, the 10 Commandments, gives you everything you need, and those 10 Commandments, to live your life in a way that God wants you to live. And if you could just abide by those 10 Commandments, which is knowledge that was given to you by God, the knowledge will see you through life. And nowhere does it say in the 10 Commandments anything about insulting a person's color, their gender, their sexual preference. If they're rich, they're poor, they're Republican, they're Democrat. It doesn't have that in the 10 Commandments. Live by the 10 Commandments, and you will live a healthy, mind-wise life. And, it's knowledge. It's right there in that book. And if you're not a Christian and you don't believe in God, then you know what? Come up with your own commandments. Put it on your refrigerator. What I will not do each and every day, what I will do, and stick by those commandments, because life as it is right now, the way it's going, for Gloria and I, we're both in our 50s. For us, we maybe have another 30 years, 35 years, but for our children, our grandchildren, we are setting the precedence of the future for them with our irresponsible rhetoric that's out there. And I feel bad for children and grandchildren, don't you?
Oh, yeah. You know what's sad is that the nation can never heal. The world can never heal if people would stop teaching the little kids hate. Do not teach them your hate. Let them love. Because that is the only way we can stop our hate, is that every child knows love and not hate. If you don't know hate, you will never, ever hate anybody.
Exactly.
But,
you know
what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like teach your children. Like the Father, Son, and Marriage, teach your children.
Right. And you know what? This is the big one, number 7. Fear of the Lord. I don't care who you are. You don't have to believe in God. I hope you do. But I'm telling you right now, you better fear the Spirit of the Lord, because God one day will, it's almost like an interview for a job. You'll be standing in front of Him, and He's going to see your whole life and see how you reacted towards other people. Maybe they don't look like you. Maybe they aren't like you. But you'll be judged. So if you don't think that you need to fear the Spirit of the Lord, you're dead wrong. And it doesn't matter if you don't believe in God. It could be the Quran. that there's something you should fear, equivalent to the Lord, right?
Yeah, even if it's Moses.
Yeah, but if you're walking through life, Gloria, with no fear, just doing what you want, hitting people, cursing at people, what type of life is that, and where do you think you're...
And it's not even about... Yes, it's about God. It's about God, but, how do you feel it? What about yourself? How does that make you feel knowing you went out that day and you just like desecrated on people? You were rude to people. You were nasty to people. What's wrong with you, the person? What's wrong with the person that's actually doing that?
Exactly.
Even if they don't believe in God or anything, believe that you're hurting people and there's something wrong with you. That's a sickness. It's a sickness.
It is.
Hate is a sickness.
It is, and you know what? I've been very hurt by what I've been reading on Facebook to the point where I don't even want to read it anymore. But I will just say that it's the 7 spirits of God, folks. Whether you believe in God or not, just use the words that are in the 7 spirits. The one, wisdom. Get your wisdom. One is understanding. Start understanding each other. Seek counsel, whether it's a relative or God, like I do. And watch your might. Don't throw stones at other people. Put yourself in their shoes for 1 minute and see if you would want to be judged. And knowledge, get your knowledge from somewhere, and then definitely fear something, whether it's the Lord or not. Fear something. Gloria, I'm going to let you do the closing on this show because we're up to 20 minutes already. And if there's anything you want to talk about for about a minute or so, go ahead and do it. It's on you.
There was something I wanted to get back to you about when you were talking about Mom. I call Ralph's mom my mom too. Because I feel like he's a brother of mine. Just we've been friends. But when you were saying everybody in the family would tell Mom about that particular road, and she said she had it. God wasn't giving her that wisdom that all those times. He was passing that wisdom on to you guys. Sometimes it's good to listen to others too, because if someone is telling you warning you about something, that's God talking to that person because maybe he couldn't get through you. It's like email and telephone. And if you can't get through to somebody by phone, you're going to email. Well, that's what God did. Every time he spoke to Mom, she just said, I got it. And you guys were the ones you sent the message to. Yeah. And, that's how it is. See, that wisdom don't always come from us. It comes within us. It comes within other people.
You know what? And that dreaded day, my wife and I, for about a year, 2 years, every time we heard somebody got hit, first person we thought about was my mother. Never in my wildest dream would I ever have thought it actually would be her. But I know she's in a better place. I know she's in the arms of Jesus, like her headstone says. And Gloria, I want to thank you for doing this because, especially on my mother's birthday, this certainly meant a lot. And you and I, we're going to be seeing each other on Saturday at the in Manhattan again for a shooting of the show, and we'll certainly talk more then. And I really appreciate you talking not just about the spirit of God, the spirits of God, but also to bring my mother into the mix of things. And I certainly appreciate that.
Oh, thank you, Ralph. And I want Mom a happy birthday in heaven. Because I know she's making all the angels up there happy.
Oh, yes, she is. When you get a minute, just go on Facebook and see the video that I uploaded that I actually played at her wake, okay?
I will watch that.
All right. Gloria Jean Roberts, thank you so much. We'll be doing another show real soon again. Gloria, I will see you Saturday. And thank you so much for the call in today, okay?
Oh, you're welcome, Ralph. It's been a pleasure.
All right, bye.
I'll see you on Saturday.
All right, Gloria. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. That was Gloria Jean Roberts, the 7 Spirits of God. Stick to those. Stick to the 10 Commandments, and your life will change. And may God bless you.
Have you ever prayed but never got an answer, and wondered if God was really there? Did you feel all hope was gone, but in His time He came along and answered the prayer you thought was gone? There is no prayer too small, for God hears them all. The answer may not be just what you want, but He always knows what's right, even when we think it's wrong. Just remember, there is no prayer too small. I have read if you will ask, you shall receive. No matter what it is, I still believe. There is no prayer too small, and even when we fall, He gives us just exactly what we need. There is no prayer too small, for God hears them all. The answer may not be just what you want, but He always knows what's right, even when we think it's wrong. Just remember, there is no prayer too small. No prayer too small. He always knows what's right. God hears them all. There is no prayer too small. My God hears them all. The answer may not be just what you want, but He always knows what's right, even when we think it's wrong. Just remember,